The deputy commander of the People's Militia of the Donetsk People's Republic confirmed the troops of Russia and the Donbass republics entered the cities of Soledar and Bakhmut. Battles are taking place in industrial zones of the cities. The Seversk-Soledar-Bakhmut front line is one of the most heavily fortified areas of Ukrainian defenses in the Donbass region. Having taken control of the territory of the KNA-UF plant on the eastern outskirts of Soledar, the fighters of the 6th Cossack Regiment of the People's Militia of the LPR are developing their offensive towards the Belukha-Minsk refractory plant. According to preliminary reports from the front, the facility came under Russian control on the morning of August 11th. Allied forces are fighting in Bakhmutskoe and near the village of Yakovlevka to the east of Soledar. The line of Ukrainian defense in Soledar, fortified by Ukrainian forces for several months, including in industrial enterprises, is collapsing. On the eastern outskirts of Bakhmut, the assault units of the Wagner Group are leading the offensive. Advancing from the Uglegorsk thermal power plant, Russian units continue their offensive on Kodyma. Fighting continues in Veselaya Dolina. In the north of Golovka, the armed forces of the Russian Federation advanced towards Zaitsev. The first several Ukrainian servicemen were captured in the area. Fighting continues on the outskirts of the city of Seversk, where Russian-led forces entered in mid-July. East of Seversk, there are battles in Verkhneye-Kamenskoye, where Russian troops managed to advance to the center of the settlement. In the Donetsk direction, the DPR forces are yet to repel the enemy from the western outskirts of Pesky. Under the threat of a possible retreat from their positions from the town, the armed forces of Ukraine are strengthening defensive lines in Vodiane and Pervomaisky. Amid the ongoing positional battles, the Kiev regime continues attacks on civilians. Over the past day, the armed forces of Ukraine shelled residential areas in the DPR 70 times. As a result of the attacks, 4 civilians were killed and dozens of others were injured. The Kiev regime also continues terrorist attacks on infrastructure facilities which are under control of the Russian military, posing threat of disasters. One of the targets of Ukrainian attacks last night was the Donetsk brewery plant, located in the Kalininsky district of the city. As a result of the shelling, an ammonia leak affected an area of 2 kilometers. At night, the Ukrainian MLRS HIMARS also fired at the Kakhovskaya hydropower plant. Some of the missiles were intercepted by Russian air defense forces. If the Kakhovskaya plant is destroyed by Ukrainian forces, water will flood a huge territory. Thousands of civilians will be affected.